All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Album of the Week. Trying some.
You got the green room going yet?
I've got Fireside coming up in 3 minutes.
Oh, all right. All right. I guess I owe you some info if I can get it to you. I guess send me the link right now. I've got so much shit going on. Anyway, send me the link. I'll try and be there as best I can.
Yeah, no problem. I know you're busy, so if you can make it cool,
Busy's an understatement.
So don't sweat it. Just do what you can.
All right. How many people you got coming?
I don't know. I think outside of like 2 people, we might have full house, but we'll see. Depends on how everything shakes out.
Okay.
I think I sent you the link with the other day's message, but I'll resend it again. No big deal.
Let me see.
Don't worry about it. I got it right here.
Okay. That's where you just sent now.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can do it, cool. If you can't, absolutely, I understand.
What time is the 6 or 7?
At 6.
6 my time. Okay. All right. We'll talk.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Come on, you fucker. Awesome. All right. Welcome, everyone. After some decent delay here, trying to get things to work. Haven't used this in a few weeks, and it wasn't cooperating. So we're here now. This is what is important. And why the hell? Why is this? Oh, okay. All right, Jeremy. So that was you basically celebrating. And yeah, so I have my camera set up in a different spot. The reason that I don't usually have it here because of all the lovely clutter that I have around. But I guess, yeah, I just turned my screen off. Awesome. So now we got to go back into my phone. And because this isn't exactly flexible when it comes to what areas you can record or anything, you can't zoom on anything. So this is what it is. Trying to make sure there's everything is kosher behind us. Anyway, so we're here. We're going to do something a little different. We are going to kick things off. I'm going to bring Jeremy up right away here because we're going to try to do some stuff a little different than what we usually do. Gotta love it with all the emails coming up on my phone now. They couldn't fucking come up with a desktop version of this yet. No, we're 2 years in and they still haven't done it. Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Can hear you perfectly fine.
Cool.
So as usual, we're gonna go over some new releases, but with a twist because Jeremy does Patron's Pick on the episode. Usually we've been away for a few weeks. And in the meantime, I guess, Jeremy, you've had a little bit more time to mull some releases over, and then we've both listened to a bunch of things today.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the releases from today. We go over the list real quick, and then we'll address some of the other stuff in a second. So let's see here. All right. So the album that I featured today was Audrey Horne with Devil's Bell, which is an album that Johan, actually, who's here on Fireside. Johan, cheers, sir. When I posted the video, we were talking that weekend about how he had listened to the video, watched the video for the title track, which is Devil's Bell, and then went and did a deep dive back into the band's history. They've been around for 20 years. Devil's Bell is their 7th album. So he essentially said that, because of that video, he went back and checked out the band's back catalog. So we'll talk to Johan a little bit about that in a few minutes. But yeah, so I featured that album. The cool thing, or actually we'll talk about reviews a little bit with Jeremy in a second. But some other albums that came out today: New Shinedown, New Udo, which is a covers album, New Caliban, New Skullfist, with both Jeremy and I got a chance to listen to. We'll talk about that in a second. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Dorothy, who's the first rock act on Jay-Z's Rockefeller label. Let's see, what else? Okay, no, I thought something froze here. Okay. Aerodyne, which I got a chance to listen to as well today. Undeath, which seemed to be a big popular release from the death metal crowd. Fertilance, Super Suppression, excuse me. Ocean Grove, Mirror, Radiant, Corpseated, I guess is how you pronounce that. Marvel, who I've been posting videos from for months. They're a trio from Sweden that wears masks and hats and looks a bit silly, I guess. We still haven't confirmed if Johan is a member or not. Know that he plays bass, but since they're wearing masks, we don't know. Let's see, False Church, National Napalm Syndicate, Body Snatchers, Stonebroken, and Somali Yacht Club, who is a Ukrainian band who I listened to today. By the way, I'm wearing a shirt by the Ukrainian band Gizzard today. And we could get into Napalm's Nightmarish Shipping. Let's see, what else? Kirk Hammett released an EP, Primus released an EP, and Charlie Benante will be releasing on tomorrow's part as Record Store Day. I'm surprised there aren't a lot of Record Store Day releases, at least not from the hard rock and metal side of things. There's Queensryche, Mindcrime at the Moor, Brian May's Another World, and Cannabis Corpse, The Weeding, which are all being re-released as part of that. So I got to listen to, like I said, the Audrey Horne. Jeremy, did you get a chance to listen to this album?
I only listened to one track because I was listening to so much stuff today that I really didn't get into it straight away. I'm going to give it a good listen over the weekend. What did you think of it?
Okay. I really enjoyed it. Oh, shit, I'm hearing a ton of echo.
Yeah, we had the echo from you just before, but it's cleared up now. It's there was quite a bit of feedback for like a minute, and then you're fine now. It's absolutely clear.
Yeah, I hear echo on my end. Okay. So anyway, the Audrey Horne, what I like about it is that the initial single that we heard sounded a lot like Iron Maiden.
Hmm.
And then they released a second video, which sounded nothing like Iron Maiden. And the entire album is a mix-mash of just hard rock and metal from 70s and 80s. Influence from everything from Thin Lizzy to let's say Y&T to other stuff in between. So I think it's actually a good mix of a lot of different things. So I quite have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to that. I mean, I'm quite astounded that I've never really heard the band before. I've never really heard of them. They seem to have sort of passed me by. They're under the radar. Not really sure why that is, but certainly a band that I think I'd like to listen to a bit more.
Yeah, one of these bands that I listed them as they were new to me. But obviously around 2002, so plenty of people know who they are.
Yeah, there's so many bands out there, aren't there? I mean, you can often get that. There's the odd few bands that you've just never heard of. You've never even heard the name, and they've been just going along, bubbling along in the background, support act somewhere.
Absolutely. So the Aubrey Horn is one that I listened to. I mentioned the Dorothy album, which I listened to about 90% of the album. I've got like two songs to go. But the album is better than what I expected. I thought that there was this echo's driving me nuts. Sorry. I thought it was better than what I expected it to be. Is there anything new that she's doing? No, absolutely not. But it's an entertaining album. It sounds like a lot of other good things. If you're into, Lizzie Hale, Pretty Reckless, stuff like that, then this might be, up your alley.
Yeah, not every album has to be completely new, does it? I mean, it doesn't have to be breaking new ground. It has to be something that you enjoy. And, there's a lot of albums out there, aren't there, that, are just sort of rehashing stuff, but in a slightly different way. And if you enjoy something, you're listening to it, then that's fine.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, I also got a chance to listen to. I said the Somali Yacht Club.
Wow, what a name!
This is a very interesting mix because the album is a mix of psychedelic rock, stoner rock, and then the vocals sound like Liam Gallagher.
All right, okay.
So it's very long songs, and I saw that initially, and I'm thinking, this is going to be your typical like doom metal thing, which is 10-minute songs, and it's just not going to be something that I'm going to enjoy. But I listened to it and just the mix of all these different things just really stood out to me, and I was like, wow, this is a good, interesting mix. So
and sometimes
it worked for me.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need something a bit different as well, don't you? I mean, you could be listening to the same sort of hard rock, heavy metal, the same sort of type of music, and then you just need something a little bit left field, and that might be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So that sounded cool. The Aerodyne. I really liked their previous album. But this album, there were certain aspects that kind of drove me nuts about it. As someone that used Superior Drummer 2 and Superior Drummer 3 to do home recordings, there's certain cymbal sounds that now I hear and I'm like, they use Superior Drummer. Which is okay. But they're using like the presets that everyone else is using. So it just doesn't sound as good as other stuff that I've listened to. So I wish that they'd switch things up, but I get it. They went to the studio with whatever preset was ready to go, available, and that's what they went with. And just some of the lyrics, we've talked about this before, where you listen to certain bands where they're using Google Translate. And the lyrics just aren't as coherent as what you'd like them to be.
Yeah, that doesn't help, does it? It really doesn't help.
Yeah. So it is what it is in that sense. And it's okay, but I was kind of hoping for something different, something else. So there are some solid songs, but I don't think it's as good as the previous album.
Right.
Oh. And then the last one, which at least you mentioned to me that you were listening to, was Skullfist, who hasn't put an album out.
Yeah.
Quite a few years. But tell me what you thought about that album.
I liked it. I really liked it. I mean, they're a Toronto-based band, aren't they? They're from Canada.
Right.
It's called Paid in Full, is it? Yeah. I mean, I just think the singer Zach Slaughter. I mean, he's got a great voice. They've been going for a while now, so I mean, they're getting quite polished at what they do. And what they do is, it's that sort of new wave of British heavy metal sound. It's that sort of classic rock. It's, I thought one of the songs on there had a little bit of Dokken in it, just one.
Right.
I really liked it. I mean, it's an album that I'll probably want to listen to again. It's quite one of those sort of easy listening albums, isn't it? It's one of those that sort of hits you straight away. You want to turn it up. And I thought it was quite well produced. I mean, the cover's very old fashioned and very cheaply done. But sometimes who cares if the music's great? Who cares what the cover looks like? I mean, we all liked Riot, didn't we, when they brought out that stupid furry animal on the front cover, and they were a great band. So who cares what the album cover's like? It's the music that counts. And this is good music. If you're playing good metal, good rock, and you're tapping your feet away to it, that's what you want.
Yeah, I enjoyed the album as well. They've always been like a throwback to new wave of British heavy metal band. There are some bands that are able to pull it off. I mean, I post videos on Patreon all the time about this, and some are really cool, and some really fall flat. And I enjoyed what they did with this album. The album is called Paid in Full, and right off the bat, I mean, it just starts off, and I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. So
I was awesome. The same. Yeah, absolutely. I was exactly the same. I wasn't expecting it, and it just hit me, and I thought, yeah, that was good.
Right. Yeah. The echo's finally gone. Excellent.
Yay. The echo's gone. Yeah,
there you go. I could technically throw an echo on my voice, but I'm good right now. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other albums that you listened to that would have been your patron's pick had I've done shows the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to pick up on a couple that were on the same list, really. I mean, one was the Stone Broken album, Revelation. They're a pretty solid British rock band now. They don't appeal to all tastes. They can be a little bit on the safe side. They're actually playing in Manchester tonight. I didn't realise.
Oh wow!
This is their third album. And it's good stuff. You know what you're going to get with them, but they do it well, and I think that's always a good thing. You can just sort of tune into that type of music now and again, and you're going to enjoy it, but it might not be your favorite stuff. But there was actually a better album out by Radiant. It's called Written by Life. It's on Massacre Records. Now, this has the singer Herbie Langens on it. He's been in Firewind, you probably remember, and he's also been in Lightbringer of Sweden. Now, I bought the Lightbringer of Sweden album, I think it's probably a couple of years ago now, and I still play it. I really like it. And I think there's another band member from that band as well. So Johan may be able to tell us a little bit more about this band. This is their second album. And it was really solid stuff. It's good. As I say, the singing's good. The guitar work's good on it. It has the usual sort of harmonies and vocals that you'd expect to hear on a sort of Swedish rocking album. So well worth a listen. That one. And then I was going to come on to an album that hasn't been released yet, which is the Graham Bonnet album, Graham Bonnet Band album.
Okay.
So yeah, I've heard a promotional copy of it, and I think you've also heard it yourself.
I listened to it yesterday.
Maybe I could. I'll just turn it on you. I just want to know what you think of it.
I think the first half of the album is really, really strong.
Okay.
And then the latter half isn't bad, but the songs aren't as good as the front half. Is my opinion.
Yeah.
While listening to it, it makes me think why, when I interviewed Jerry Shea, why she said that Graham Bonnet didn't want to do any heavy metal music anymore because it's definitely a heavy metal album. It's a hard rock album. I'm assuming that his personality just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, he's more or less said, hasn't he, that he's he fell out with the Alcatraz crew. He was getting pushed apparently to make a sort of Alcatraz type album, and he wanted to go off and do his own stuff. I mean, some of it is a little bit similar, but it's a more sort of varied. It's got a varied tone to it, hasn't it? I mean, I thought I was quite impressed with it because I'll tell you why. I actually thought that it was there was so much variation on it that, you're not going to get bored with that kind of album. You can go to the heavy songs when you want to listen to the heavy stuff. And, there's some good songs. We've heard Imposter. And then there's also Uncle John, which has just been released, which is a really good song. And it was a very difficult material for him to write about, I guess, because, it's about that sort of the school paedophile, which was very common in the 1970s, which people don't sort of realize now. And then he's sort of written another song, which I didn't quite like the chorus of, called David's Mom, which was about, the sort of the mum at school who fancied all the kids. And I sort of related in a way to some of the material he was writing. And don't forget now he's 74 years old. In fact, he's 74 and a half years old. He's going to be 75 in December. So I thought it was a brave effort for someone of his age to be still doing the sort of the rock stuff. But I was very impressed by the backing band that he's got with him. I thought some of the guitar work, well, all the band really, but the guitar from I think it's Conrado Pessinato. It's good, and he's got a few guests on there, and even the song which doesn't have the lyrics. A lot of bands have done this before, where they run out of lyrics, so they write a song about I haven't got any lyrics, and it's called It's Just a Freaking Song, featuring Don Airey. Well, I thought that had a real deep Purple flavour to it, and I thought if you just listen to that as a Deep Purple-y type song, that's nice. But it's not. They're all different, and that's what I liked about it. And there's some good harmonies on it, and his voice is okay. It's for his age, it's good. So at the end of the day, I ordered it because I thought I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to play this, and I can just dip into some of the songs I like from it.
Yeah, the Conrado played on 2 albums to go with him. And then there was something that happened that him and Mike Zonder left the band. And then Joey Tafola, who's been in like a million LA bands, played on the last Graham Bonnet album. and it's okay. I thought Conrado did a better job. And I remember when I interviewed Graham, he mentioned that Conrado he felt that he needed to be a little bit more like adventurous with his playing. Like he was trying to be too respectful of playing Steve Vai's parts and Invade and even Kristen Pelletari's parts. And he said, no, you got this ability. You need to be you. You need to do, you can play those parts, but put your twist on them. So that's what I guess he was trying to work out with him. I don't know. The bass player is Graham's girlfriend. She's been in the band for I don't know how many years now. But
okay.
I think the album is really strong. Again, the first half is better than the last half.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. The first half is definitely better than the second half, but it is an album where if you play the songs again and again, you start to, like them for what they are, and you can play them out of order, which, is good. I actually wrote to Graham to tell him what I thought of it, and he replied. So I just thought you might be interested to find out. I mean, he said, "Thank you so much. It means a lot to me because this band is my baby. My former manager tried to toss this band away in favor of me doing the same old Alcatraz stuff with former bandmates that were less than inspired. This album was a labor of love."
So there you go.
Mm.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you replied, and I mean that's an honest response. I mean, I get what he's saying. I mean, I don't think that Alcatraz album was bad.
Yeah.
But I think that, in 2021 when it came out, it was kind of one of a bunch of rainbow-inspired albums that we listened to throughout the year,
Yeah. I mean, I've gone back to listen to it as well, and I like, there's a good 4 or 5 tracks on there I really like.
Right.
But there's one or two that I think are terrible. but you can have a classic album. You can have a classic album that is a classic, and you like the 5 tracks that are absolute killer tracks. But you always, you never remember the fact that there's always on that album a track that you really detest. So,
No, I agree with you 100%. And I think given our age, given the year it is, if an album has 4, 5, 6 really good tracks on it, it's a great album.
Yeah, that's right. And fair play to Graham. He's in his latter years now. We're not going to see too much from him, and I think it was a good, a good solo album for him to do. Really, after he'd sort of done, some of his laid back stuff from his past, which I thought he was just really only wanting to do. Like you say, it was quite surprised really that he was still wanting to do the rock and metal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I like this better than the stuff he's done with Shaker in the recent years as well. I think the Shaker stuff is all kind of safe and kind of regurgitated as well. So, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
So, any other release that you want to touch upon?
No, I mean, I did listen. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. The new Anvil album, which I don't think has come out yet. But that was a really good listen. I mean, Anvil, they play what they want to play. That what you're going to get with them. It was a fun album. And why shouldn't metal be fun? There's a few bands out there that just give us a bit of fun. You don't have to take them that seriously, but you can just put them on, play them loud, and they put a smile on your face. And I think that's what Anvil do. And then on a slightly different scale, that aren't a jokey band, Thunder have got the new album coming out next week, and we've heard a couple of tracks from that. And I'm really looking forward to listening to the rest. I haven't heard any more of it yet, but I kind of know that it's going to be good. So I'm looking forward to hearing that next week. And there's also a Ted Nugent album apparently coming out next week. Didn't even know that was coming. So that's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. We'll see. The last one was not good. So
No.
we'll see if it's good or not.
Yeah, that's why I said interesting.
You're being polite.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. We have Johan and Brad here. Hello, guys. How you guys doing today?
Hello. Good evening.
Hi, Johan.
Hello.
Johan's getting the echo treatment too. Am I getting it as well?
Hi, Brad. No, you sound fine.
No, you sound good.
All right.
My echo's gone now, and yeah, I heard a slight echo with Johan, but we'll power through it. See what happens.
Must be something going on over there on that. Well, I don't know, in the EU kind of thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
Echo.
Johan, did you get a chance to listen to the Audrey Horn album yet?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Actually, I forgot that it was released, so I haven't listened to it. But probably it will be good. I listened back, as you said, to the older albums, and they were a little bit more, what can I say, rock and rollish, or kind of like, I thought of Turbo Negro because probably of the country, but a little bit simpler albums, the old ones.
Okay.
That was my opinion, but that's not an honest opinion because I listened quite quickly. So, but I will listen to the new one because the two videos that you released here on Patreon were really good.
It's interesting you say that they sound like Turbo Negro because they're Norwegian. Both bands are Norwegian.
Yeah, probably why I thought that.
Yeah. So that means that Brad automatically has to listen to them since his Norwegian descent.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The real question is, does Jeremy like it?
Do I like
he
it?
Hasn't been able to listen to it
I've
yet,
not been able to listen properly yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I am so far behind in my listening to music. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to catch up.
I've just remembered, Brad. I've just remembered, Brad. I've actually got a new band for you to listen to. It's actually a supergroup that's they've actually just released a single today. I think they're called Iconics, and it's got Tommy Aldridge, Doug Aldridge, Marco Mendoza, and it's got the lead singer out of Inglorious, and it's right up your street.
Well, I will definitely be checking that out. Yeah, that sounds like too many Aldriches.
Hey, it's three former members of Whitesnake. Plus the guy from Striper and the guy from Inglorious. Who at times sounds like David Coverdale. So you know, it's like another Whitesnake.
Yeah,
you know what you're going to get. It's classic rock all through and through.
Yeah.
You're right. I would like that very much. You know, the interesting thing is, I don't. Jeremy, what do you think? Do you think Whitesnake will carry on post David Coverdale?
No, I don't, because I think Whitesnake are David Coverdale. It was, the first album was David Coverdale's Whitesnake, and he says what goes on in that band. I think it's going to finish, and in fact, I'm going to see them in a few weeks in Newcastle on the final tour. And I think it's going to finish as a band.
I don't know. I could kind of see him doing like what Ricky Medlock did with Blackfoot, and because I mean, let's face it, David Coverdale, he's got champagne taste, and so he'd probably like to have a steady income still coming in. I don't know where he's going.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing is, I can't see any of our age group wanting to go and see Whitesnake without David Coverdale. I mean, regardless of how he sings nowadays, he is the man. And to be honest, there's so many ladies of our age who go to see him.
Ooh.
so they have quite a female audience, I think, Whitesnake.
Okay.
Well, but that's why I think it makes sense that they're going out with Dino now to kind of introduce him. And the litmus test will be the following: how much will Dino sing live when you see him in Newcastle?
Yeah.
And how much does David Coverdale sing live when you see them? If Dino is singing over 50% of the music or the lyrics, that will answer your question. That means that Whitesnake will carry on without David Coverdale.
Yeah. It may answer that question. I still think that it's not going to happen. I'm going to put a wager on this. I'm going to bet you all $5 that.
Well, let's go. Let's go a $5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wage you 5 kronen. Is that what the Swedish what the name of the Swedish monetary unit is, Johan?
Yeah, krona.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to wager you 5 kronen versus your $5 because I'll end up winning more out of that. You notice you didn't say £5 or €5 because that would be losing more than $5 in this wager. So
exactly.
The Economist made the smart move.
That's right. It's going to cost me less in pounds.
See that? I knew it.
And I happen to have a $5 bill in my little packet from an old holiday in the US. So I've got it there.
Been burning a hole for all these years.
Not that anyone uses cash anymore. But Whitesnake are not going to carry on. I can tell you that now. There's no way without David Coverdale. I mean, David Coverdale would have to come on. I mean, what's the point of it? I mean,
you know what? You have a different perspective there because I mean, I can see from where you sit over there in England that it's blasphemy. That's where DC's been hanging out for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And he's taking a look at bands like Foreigner that are out there doing it with no original guys and paying really good money to Mick Jones. And it's golf. Is not cheap.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it will be an American thing rather than a UK thing, because I really don't think anyone's going to go and watch Whitesnake here without David Coverdale. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's like watching Saxon without Biff or.
Yeah, how does that go over there when Graham takes out his version?
Well, no one goes to see it.
Yeah.
No one goes. I mean, it's a tiny little pub band. It's pointless. I don't even go to see it. I wouldn't bother. You go to see Biff, and Biff's the singer, and he's the man. Maybe I'm set in my ways, but
so here, dovetailing that to something that I mentioned on Trivia Tuesday. What about this whole Van Halen project? Alex, David Lee Roth, Joe Satriani, and some bass player.
I know one who's available
without Eddie Van Halen in the lineup.
Well, I mean, I'll just jump in quickly. I mean, my view on it is, if people want to see something, that's fine.
Right.
I mean, if they sell out a show, or they sell out most of the show, people obviously want to go and see it. So if they want to go and see it, I'm not going to be someone who's going to say you can't go and see it because it's not got Eddie Van Halen. So if people want to hear the music and they want to see stars playing it, that's fine. For me, I probably won't want to go and see that.
Okay. Brad or Johan, would you pay to see that lineup?
No. But I would pay. But it's like this. At Sweden Rock, you get a lot of these bands where there's one or perhaps two original members. So I guess that version of Van Halen would definitely show up there. So I
don't know. I try to keep an open mind and not just say I'll never go through something. So I don't know. We'll see if it really happens, and then we'll see if it comes my way.
Yeah,
I'd rather see a tribute act, where there's a guy who actually looks like Eddie Van Halen, he sort of dresses like him and looks like him, maybe playing it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because it just gives you that sort of feeling of authenticity, even though they're a tribute band.
Well, it's like that nerd Halen. Is that what it was that the metal band saw on the cruise?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen some of their stuff, but those guys play the stuff pretty legit.
Yeah.
I think they do a pretty good business. And tribute band, even if they have the real name of the band, I won't say Judas Priest, but they're a thing. Where else, if it's the only place you can hear that music being done live and being done well,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
but I would definitely go and see Rush with my Portnoy on drums.
Ooh.
So
yeah. Now, is Primus doing a Rush thing?
Yeah, they do. They're coming to Sweden in August.
Yeah, so what's the difference?
But are you saying, Johan, that you go and see with Mike Portnoy and Alex Lifeson and Geddy? You're sort of saying you want Rush reformed, but with a different drummer.
Reform, but kind of an honorary tour or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely go and see that. I would fly to England or.
Yeah, because I mean that would be classed as Rush, wouldn't it? I mean, you've got the sound, you've got the vocal, you've got the guitar, so you're only replacing one member of the band. I mean, obviously I saw Black Sabbath with Ozzy, but Bill Ward wasn't playing in the band, but the rest of the band was authentic, and so we can all dish out a couple of members of the band as long as there's a couple in there that we've always wanted to see, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
I see Rush is like Led Zeppelin, where Geddy and Alex are not going to go out there as Rush again. They might go out there and play some of the music, but they're not going to go out as Rush.
Yeah, I think it might be sort of like a charity event or something where they get forced into playing something, but yeah.
Well, and that's why I think what Sally's currently doing is so different than Rush. To differentiate it.
Yeah. People will go.
Yeah. Eventually, he'll forget how to play the Rush stuff. It's so complicated.
The problem is, even though those guys, are not crazy old, they're not getting younger. So the longer they wait, the tougher it's going to be.
No,
yeah,
it's not going to happen.
No.
Any other topic you guys want to discuss real quick before wrapping the show up?
No, other than where does this echo come from?
Yeah, no kidding.
I just wanted to mention there's a lot of live stuff really happening this year. I mean, obviously the COVID stuff is now being put to one side. Countries are opening up. I mean, here in the UK now, it's as if that we never had a pandemic. I mean, everyone's forgotten about it. we know people who've had it, and they're all like having a little touch of a cold and a flu. I mean, Trump seems to have been right. Everybody's nobody dies of it anymore. It's just everyone's just carrying on as normal. But I mean, but the positive side of it is people are sort of getting on with their lives, and the music industry is taking off, and there's an enormous amount of festivals going on in the UK this year. I mean, some that I've never heard of. I mean, I'm going down hopefully next month, and this is an outdoor show at the end of May, which is unheard of in the UK because it can be a little bit cold still in May. And Accept are playing with Overkill on a Friday.
Oh, wow.
Down in Buckinghamshire with a couple of other bands. And I thought, I'll just go down for the day. Why not? Why wouldn't I want to go and see those two?
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
That sounds fun.
We'll have Jeremy as a reporter in the field.
Literally, we'll be in a field.
There you go.
I think it's actually next to Silverstone, the racing circuit. The Grand Prix circuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's lots of stuff going on, and this leads us in really to the live discussion in a minute. But I've heard some bands are really struggling to even get their tours booked because there's just not enough spaces, not enough slots at all because quite a few of theatres and clubs have closed down, of course, not just through COVID, but over the years, some of them that have been a bit sort of divey places and they've not really made enough money. They've all sort of, they've gone by the wayside. And so there just isn't enough venues for people to play at.
Yeah, there's also a backlog of bands that had tours scheduled that they now have to, make those dates up. We have Hellfest, which, for example, Emily Striegel posted about the other day, wanting to go and see Ghost, and they're actually doing 2 years worth of festivals in 2 weekends. It's 7 days total. It's 3 days 1 week and 4 days another week to make up for the two COVID Hellfests. And, those both, all 7 days were sold out before the previous year's festival was done. Shit, one of the festivals didn't even take place, and they'd sold out the next year's event. So yeah, people are wanting to get out. Bands are wanting to make up dates and make money, and it is what it is right now.
Yeah, and it's great. It's great for us as fans because there's a lot of choice now, a lot of choice to be able to go, and a lot. You can get to see all the bands that you've missed out on, and that's a good thing as well.
Right.
So I think if I say anything, it's everyone get out there and support your bands and go and see some music. I mean, I was going to go and see Fury in Manchester. They're playing at a pub called the Star and Garter,
right?
And they're charging £8 to get in. I mean, that's just I'm stealing from them. At £8. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And, we know how good a band they are, right. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them live. I mean, considering how cheap it is to get in, I'll have to buy a T-shirt or something from them. Looking forward to that.
Wow.
Very cool.
That
is very cool.
Yeah.
So on that note, we're going to wrap things up here, because we've got the Signals from Mars live stream taking place at the top of the hour. And what's going to take place there is my patrons will be joining me to discuss live shows, their live show experiences. We're going to be talking about people's first shows, the best show they've ever seen, as well as the worst show that they've seen, and any band that perhaps they got to see or that they didn't get to see or haven't seen yet that they'd like to see. So if you want to join us and discuss this, you can just go to MarsAttacksRadio.com. There's across the top there, you'll see subscribe. You go into the subscribe section, you'll see anywhere where you can watch the actual video version of tonight's show, and you can comment in the chat and let us know your thoughts as well. Jeremy, Brad, and Johan, I want to say thank you, as always, for being here, and I will hopefully see you in a few minutes. Um,
All right. I'm going to go look for the link.
Awesome. So, well, if you need it, I actually just sent it to my brother right before we started this show.
I'll let you know. I'm trying to be more tech savvy and find it on the Patreon website.
Oh, well, I can throw you a bone. There's no problem with that.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take your bones.
Well, hey, let's see how you phrase that. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you to those that are watching or listening to this, whether live or in replay. We'll be back in a few minutes with my discussion with my patrons about live shows. Follow us, like I said, and if not, we'll be back on Tuesday for trivia, and then back next Friday to do all this stuff over again. On that note, thank you for watching once again, and we'll see you next time. See ya.